talk to my little friend! You wanna play rough? Okay.
Hey guys, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, and welcome back to another hit or miss video. This one is from our friends over at Blitzway, and this is, of course, Scarface. This is one of the most legendary characters ever on film, obviously a giant cult following, and has Blitzway done it? Have they captured this incredible iconic character, of course, of Tony Montana, and from the classic 1983 film? And there are actually going to be two different versions on this one. There's going to be a rooted hair version and also a a sculpted hair version. And we'll talk about which one I like better, and obviously which one maybe you might be getting as well. I'm curious because I think this one is going to be incredibly popular among collectors. Now, when we're talking about the standard version, I think the sculpted looks absolutely fantastic. I think I actually even prefer it over the rooted hair. And this one retails for $499 USD. I have the links down below to these if you're interested in ordering them. But I think it looks fantastic. I think the cut and sew looks really good. I think the likeness is very good. We're going to kind of compare and contrast the real likeness to the actual actor. And we'll see if we'll see what you guys think. But anyway, this is the standard version, again, around $500 mark, depending on who you buy from. And then, of course, there's also going to be the rooted hair version as well. And that obviously is going to be, real popular among some collectors as well. Again, I personally like the sculpted hair just a little bit better, but regardless of whatever version you like better, the rooted hair version is going to be around $1,000 USD. And again, those links are down below if you're interested in whatever version. But I think from top to bottom, I think Blitzway has done a really great job here capturing Scarface and that kind of the 80s feel, especially with the base and that kind of that red velvet material with the staircase, the red and gold. It really captures that early 80s vibe. And man, if you watch that movie, I mean, it does it get more 80s than that, really. It's just really fun. And again, the rooted hair version, obviously more expensive, but I personally think that the regular is just fine. And again, it's a lot cheaper, which is great. But again, let's talk about the likeness. Is that Al Pacino? I think absolutely. There is no question. Is it perfect, though? I'm going to say no, especially when we look at the comparison videos between him and Al Pacino. But I think it's very, very good. I think it's one of the best I've seen from Blitzway. I'm a big fan of what they do, and I think it's close enough, especially at this price point. I mean, if they were charging $3,000 for this, I might feel a little bit differently. But at the same time, I think that this at $500 is just a steal. This is a quarter scale piece. I forgot to mention that. The edition size is still to be announced, and it is expected to ship Q1 of 2025. So you're not going to have to wait a tremendous amount of time for this one. But again, from top to bottom, I think it's a very cool piece. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to the Everyday Collector who posted these in his Facebook group. Give them a shout out. Great channel. And he does compare and contrast. Is it perfect? No. You can see that it's not exactly perfect. But I think without the reference, I think it does look very good, or at least close enough for that price point, especially from certain angles. I think that, depending on how you're looking at it, especially I feel like from the left profile, I think it looks even better than the right profile. Obviously, I feel like Al Pacino's face was a little fuller, obviously, but again, we're looking at still shots versus, a 3D object. So again, it's all going to be subjective whether you think it's worth it or not. But again, I do think it looks really good, especially at the price point. I think it's really fantastic. And again, I've just been a big fan of what Blitzway has been able to achieve. I think the cut and sew looks really nice. I like the base. I think it does tell a story. And again, I think this piece will be incredibly popular among collectors because it is simply just one of the most iconic, it's just legendary, right? I mean, people have the Scarface, poster in their rooms still to this day. And it's just, again, very iconic. It's a symbol of excess, I guess you could say. But again, I feel like Blitzway has done a very, very nice job with this particular piece. But I do want to turn it over to you guys. Like, what do you guys think about this one? Do you feel like it's good enough? Do you feel like the likeness is spot on, or do you feel like it still could use a little bit of tweaking? Again, I think that, when I'm looking at that, I feel like that looks very good. There's 100% to me, that's Al Pacino. And But again, I know some of you might disagree, but let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Again, I think it's awesome. I really do. And I think a lot of people will be, blown away by it in hand. Obviously, they use PVC heads versus like silicone and things like that. I typically like that look better. I just feel like it translates a little bit better in statue form, but again, I like it. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. And again, just thank you guys for taking time to watch this today. Who else would you like to see Blitzway tackle? I would love to see and hear your thoughts on that as well. Because the opportunities that are there for so many different movie characters, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Otherwise, thank you guys so very much for checking out the video today. Again, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And again, just check out this little promo. Again, it's awesome to see what Blitzway is doing. And again, from top to bottom for me, it's a big, big hit. I think they nailed it. Could the likeness be maybe a little tiny bit better, maybe a little fuller in the face? Sure. But I think there is no question that that's Al Pacino. And I still think this piece will be incredibly successful among collectors. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.